All right, folks. I appreciate everyone being here today. I appreciate Ms. Corey being here today. I am going to find contempt. I'm going to enter a civil sanction of $1,000. I'm finding that the mother is able to follow the court orders, but is not willing, that you are intentionally defying the court's orders. I'm also making a separate finding that the mother is directly involving the child in the court process, and that you are encouraging the child to disobey and making no effort to follow the court's orders. Here's the reality. Nope. This is where I talk. I've given everyone a chance to talk and I've listened. When I read the court file, here's my take. If I was making a decision on adequate cause today, I'd make that finding and I would transfer full custody to father. That's your risk, ma'am. What you're doing right now, you are fully aware of what you're doing. You are deciding that you are going to disobey the court order. You're not encouraging your kid to go. You're allowing your child to believe he has some kind of say. He does not.
What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. Yo, man, we got something pretty good today, man. Yo, man. We got another judge sitting over here, setting the record straight around here, right? Setting the record straight around here, man. Just because, man, we just sitting up here, man, seeing how a lot of your women are abusing the system, and just getting away with it. And guess what, right? This is why I say you have the dynamic duo, right? A single mother and a judge, that's your dynamic duo, right? A single mother and a judge is a dynamic duo, right? Because a woman is going to request child support and the judge is going to grant it, and they're going to try to sit over here and make it as hard as possible for the man. Why? Who knows? Right? Who knows? Other than the government is getting a piece of that change, right? That best believe the government is getting a piece of that change every time they say, hey, guess what? You need to go ahead and give this woman right here some money, even though she don't deserve it, even though she ain't never worked for any of it. She's still going to get some of your bread. Now, we just had a video, man, about a mother sitting over here, man, holding her child away from the father, alienating, right? You see that a lot, right? You see that a lot in this Black community, right? But you're going to see that a lot here in just general, right? A lot of women just abusing it and alienating their children from the fathers. But you just had a woman take her kid away from the father for 63 days, right? For 63 days. I don't know, no court, man, that says, hey, look, the father can only have them for one weekend out of the month, and for the other 2 months, the mother can have them. This doesn't make any sense, right? But she sat over here and said, hey, guess what? I'm gonna take my kid up out of here. This man is abusive, this, that, and the third, just to try to sit over here and throw a bunch of lies to try to mess this man's character up, so they can take the kid for themselves, right? And once again, we see it all the time. So here's another situation where a woman does the exact same thing, right? She does that exact same thing, and it's so bad that the judge is like, man, look, if I had the power to, right? Which I don't know what kind of judge this one is, right? Because she obviously doesn't have the power to be able to say, hey, look, he's going to get full custody. He's just going to get full custody. But the fact that she's saying, man, listen, some of the stuff that I'm reading, some of the stuff that I'm looking at, boy, it's crazy. Ain't no way in hell you supposed to even be having this kid at this point. But hey, look, we're going to watch a good 2 minutes of this video. And then after that, if y'all want to watch the rest of the video, I'm going to put it at the end of this video, because there's no link for me to actually, put it in the description, but the link would be TikTok, and I don't rock with TikTok. So guess what? I'm gonna just put the full video here, but for the first 2 minutes of it, we're gonna react to it. The last 3 minutes of it, y'all can watch it on your own if y'all want to. I know some people on here, man, they listen to my commentary and then see a quick reaction and then see what my opinion is. And then you have some people who are just here just for the video. It doesn't matter. It is what it is, right? But I do want y'all to know the rest of the video will be at the end of this video. But let's go ahead and jump into this, man.
All right, folks. I appreciate everyone being here today. I appreciate Ms. Corey being here today. I am going to find contempt. I'm going to enter a civil sanction of $1,000. I'm finding that the mother is able to follow the court orders, but is not willing, that you are intentionally defying the court's orders. I'm also making a separate finding that the mother is directly involving the child in the court process, and that you are encouraging the child to disobey and making no effort to follow the court's orders. Here's the reality. Nope. This is where I talk. I've given everyone a chance to talk and I've listened. When I read the court file, here's my take. If I was making a decision on adequate cause today, I'd make that finding and I would transfer full custody to father. That's your risk, ma'am. What you're doing right now, you are fully aware of what you're doing. You are deciding that you are going to disobey the court order. You're not encouraging your kid to go. You're allowing your child to believe he has some kind of say. He does not. This is a parental decision. And if the two of you can't make that decision, it's the court's decision on where your kid's going to live. Your child is more important than ownership. And what I see in this case file is ownership, is somebody wanting to possess that child, own that child, but not parent that child. And that is a huge concern for the court. When I see these nice text messages between child and stepmom, and then you telling kid, you don't even have to answer her. You don't have to go to that sports game. That's ridiculous. When you tell a child, especially a young teenager, you don't have to respect that adult. You know what that translates to? I don't have to respect mom. I don't have to respect dad. I don't have to respect my teachers. I don't have to respect the court. I can blow all of that on all those people off. So when you think that you're just telling, oh, you can disrespect kind of stepmom, that's not what's happening. You're telling that child he can disrespect everyone. That is terrible for that child. You have 4 years left with this young man before he is launching off to adulthood, and you are setting him on a course for disaster.
So, man, look, we're going to stop right there. But, I mean, brothers, sisters, y'all hear it, right? Y'all hear it, man. And shout out to this female judge, man, because once again, we just had a male judge. Now we got a female judge, right? And once again, it just brings me a lot of joy, man, to be able to see stuff like this, man. Just because once again, man, you don't see stuff like this. It's very rare that you see stuff like this where courts are being fair. They're never fair. Right, they're only lopsided, and there's always in a woman's favor. So, I mean, you hear her at the beginning of the video say, "Man, hey, look. First of all, man, you're encouraging your child not to go. You have plenty of women who sit up here and say, oh, well, what did that father do? Oh, well, this, that, and the third. Always coming up with all the excuses in the world, right, as to why they're doing something, man, that they shouldn't be doing." Right. And we always say, man, listen, this is the reason, man, why men do some of the stuff that they do. This is the reason why a lot of fathers do some of the stuff that they do. Why a lot of fathers just say, I don't even want to deal with these kids anymore because look at how the mother is treating me and the system isn't doing anything to help. You're sitting over here encouraging that boy not to go or a daughter or whatever, not to go to the court. Right. I mean, why would you do that? Right. Why would you do that? Once again, so you can have that leverage. Right. And then you turn around and saying, hey, man, listen. You don't need to respect your stepmother. You don't need to be doing this. You don't need to be doing that with her. And then as a judge says, man, listen, and I just had a video about a woman who is saying, hey, man, listen, your single mothers are a detriment or will be a downfall for a lot of these little boys. They're creating a lot of pookies and creating a lot of ray-rays, right? Because they just can't give up that power, that control, that, oh, well, you know what, man, he moved, man, that my baby daddy done moved on. I don't need no man in my life. You this, that, and the third. It's ridiculous, people. Like, it's really sad. Like, I mean, it's really freaking sad, man. Once again, when the father moves on, the mother then goes ahead and say, you know what, hey, well, guess what? I'm gonna try to do whatever I can, man, to get back at this man. So guess what? Hey, if you want to disrespect the stepmother, you have my full permission. Why would you do that? Right? Why would you do that? And once again, she just wants to create a rift she wants to create a rift in a relationship, and it's just sad, right? It's just sad because once again, this is what you're going to constantly see on a daily basis, damn near, right? Where a lot of you women try to alienate the father from the father from the child, right? And every time men bring it up, every time somebody question that, but what do a lot of women like to ask? What are their response? Well, what did he do for them to act like that? Well, what did he do for her to act like that? Well, why is she sitting over here holding, like, there has to be a reason why she's holding the child away from the father. Probably because she got some issues, right? Probably because she got some issues, right? That could be the only reason. So, of course, we got to read the comments. Someone says, awesome judge. She definitely has a child's best interest. Someone else says, now that's the way it gets done. Then somebody else says, if only this was a real case, That would be awesome if judge takes notes too, right? It would be awesome if the judge took notes. Now, this is a real case, right? I don't know why he's saying this isn't a real case, but this definitely is a real case. Someone else says this happened in the reverse for my friend. Dad alienated for 10 years because the judge was a misogynist. Ex strangled her, and that's why she left him. Someone else says, I love Chessa Baldwin. She takes no crap. Someone says, is there a part two? And then last but not least, someone says, I know of a man who helped me bring my ex back. He can also help you just as he did mine. He also does perfect work. So I don't know, man, what that is, man. It might be a little spam, a scam. That's I wouldn't worry too much about that. But for the most part, man, this is something that has to change, man. We need more judges like this. So definitely, man, on this page, man, I will be doing more videos like this. I'm gonna definitely try to find more court videos, man, where where it's going to the father's favor. Because hey, guess what? It's supposed to go. Right, it's supposed to go. Well, why is it supposed to go? Because it's supposed to go in the favor of the person who's doing right. And most of the time, man, you don't ever hear fathers alienating the children from the mothers. You don't ever hear fathers abusing the court system. It's only the women. So yes, most definitely, I will be trying to find more videos like this, and I will be definitely doing more, reacting to more videos of women, man, holding other sisters accountable, because we need more of that. Right, we need more of that, man. And on my channel, it seems that I have more women tuned into my channel than I do men. Right now, of course, I do have a lot of men, but we have more women. And I mean, hey, I'm fine with that. Right, I'm fine with that. I love my sisters. Once again, my girl, she is black. Right, black mom, black dad. So once again, man, I love my sisters. You know, I may sit on here and I may talk and we may have the discussion, but I mean, it has to happen. Right, it has to happen. But at the end of the day, I still love my sisters. And like I said, man, I love them even more, man, when they can sit up here and just use common sense. Right, so do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel.
Because you are setting him up to think that he can just disobey everyone. And that is not how school works. It's not how the world works. And that's going to be a harsh reality for him. When you do those types of things, it is so damaging. And especially when what I see on the other side is folks being loving and caring. Look, teenagers are hard. They are hard work. They are not easy. Sometimes they are just going to be disobedient and annoying and frustrating. But that's where you as parents come in, and you need to step up and say, you have to go to your dad's. It's your dad's time. You're going. And what you're doing right now is he's on his phone. He's playing his little games. He's going to his friends' houses. That all sounds like he gets to do what he wants. And you're teaching him that instead of follow the court order. It's at the end of the day, it's you that are going to pay the penalty for this, not the child. It's you that risks losing all custody of your child. I honestly had notes on whether or not there needed to be a pause in any contact with you, ma'am, before, and the child needed to be with dad and no contact with you for a period of time. That's how serious I take these orders. That's how serious the court takes orders as far as parenting time. So this idea that kid gets to be on his phone, dinking around, watching TV, eating snacks, all while you are fully aware he's disobeying the court order and you're disobeying the court order, that is not acceptable. And you need to think long and hard about your course of action, because you're going down a course of action that I don't think you're going to like the outcome. So at this point, I'm signing the contempt. Ma'am, I highly recommend that you ensure child goes on his visit with his dad. And it's not a visit. Child needs to go to dad for his dad's residential time. Dad is an equal parent here. And everyone needs to realize that and get on board really quickly. Because at this point, the court hasn't found adequate cause, but I think the court essentially is reserving that issue, and it can go the other way. The court can find adequate cause and award father full custody. So that is the risk here. So I encourage everyone here to really quickly get on board with getting child to both houses as ordered. Child starts school in a week and a half. The idea that we're going to play this game as child starting his high school career is ridiculous. Everyone needs to get on board with what the child needs and stop sort of playing these games. Encourage relationships with both sides. Stop alienating father and father's family. That is not helpful to that child. You should be thankful and grateful for every adult that wants to be, every positive adult that wants to be involved in your child's life, instead of trying to encourage your kid to blow them off and ruin that relationship. It's not healthy. It's damaging. So I'm making finding of contempt. I'm setting the matter over for 1 week.